Alrighty everyone, well, game number 3 in this best of 5 series finds us on Port Alexander LE. Spawning here in the bottom right hand corner of the map, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He is currently on match point and wants to close out this series right here and right now. His name is Neeb. And his opponent spawning the cross position, playing with the red Zerg pieces. He's currently down, but he's not out of it just yet. His name is Ragnarok. So, as I said guys, this is game number 3 that was played at the IEM Katowice. Was one of the games within the round of 12. So Neeb's on match point. He's one game away from moving on to the quarterfinals at the IEM in Katowice, which is known as the second biggest tournament of the year for these pro gamers, second to none other than BlizzCon. And so, massive ordeal. Neeb, you know, Neeb is very accustomed to going deep into tournaments and playing extremely. He plays very well, has very good placings. He's been, you know, not doing quite as well as of late. I'm sure he's going to really pick that up, though, as time, you know, will tell us here in the 2019 season. But what I will say is that, you know, in this tournament, at least at the IEM in Katowice, he's obviously on the brink of making it to another quarterfinal matchup, which is a big deal. So, what is he going to do? You're up 2-0 against Ragnarok. What do you do to close out this series? Well, it looks like he's going to go for a very standard build once again. Gateway into that natural nexus, followed up by that cybernetics core. Going for the double gas. We are going to see Ragnarok going for the hatch gas pool opener, and then going for that quick third hatchery here. So, going for a relatively standard build as well. He's just going for a very fast third hatchery in this game here. We are going to see an adept coming out of that gateway. And so we'll be able to get that scouting information. That is Neeb, who will be able to start seeing exactly what is going on, seeing the timings on some of these. On, of course, the hatchery is already going to see that with that pro. But Ragnarok's going to go ahead, continue droning up. Looks like he's going to drone up to try to, you know, get fully saturated on 3 bases. We are going to see him following this up with some queens as well as that metabolic boost upgrade, the Zergling speed upgrade. We're going to see Neeb going for none other than the Warp Gate research, which of course is the most standard upgrade for a Protoss player. And now we have the adept that has made his way across the map. So this adept is going to be able to see, you know, try to get a little bit of some scouting information. Does look like he is going to commit here. Not sure if that was a misclick or not. Does look like he is going to maybe be in a little bit of some trouble. Maybe, maybe not. It does not look like he is. He is going to shade away, though, to say the least. So it does look like the follow-up here is going to be the robotics facility for Neeb. And he is going to follow this up as well with that Dark Shrine. He's got the Twilight Council that's finished up. So the Dark Shrine's going to be coming in. And, you know, he's got another, you know, gateway that's going to be coming in as well. So we do see the lair is starting to be researched or morphed in for Ragnarok. Ragnarok just playing a pretty standard game once again. I think he might feel that he's kind of on the cusp of something, like as far as getting on the scoreboard at least. Neeb in the first couple of games, though, has just outplayed him. And so I would love to see Ragnarok maybe go for something a little bit out of the ordinary to try to throw Neeb off. I also think that he needs to be the one dictating the pace of the game, not allowing Neeb to be the one dictating the pace of what happens. So I'd love to see him get a little bit aggressive. That said, Roach Warren is going to be coming out here shortly. And it does look like, once again, Neeb's going for, you know, kind of somewhat of a similar build to what he did in the first couple of games. The only thing that's missing from this would be the Stargate. But that said, I think Neeb's feeling really confident right now. He's not in any, you know, significant rush. He looks like he wants to play a standard macro-focused game. That Dark Shrine's coming out. We're probably going to be seeing, most likely we'll start seeing those Dark Templar coming out, morphing those into a couple of Archons, and then kind of going from there. I'm sure that War Prism is going to be coming in very shortly, which actually the War Prism has already been created. I completely missed that. But with that being said, we are going to see these Archons going to start going towards that third base location. They want to start going after the Queens, and they very well could get one. Actually, they almost got a couple of Queens there, but they are going to start going after a couple of those Roaches, doing a little bit of some damage there. That Queen does, those transfuses definitely did help, but was able to get one of those Queens. We are going to see a couple of those Adepts as well that are going to be coming onto the playing field. But all that said and done, you know, Neeb, while this has been going on here, a little bit of this aggression, once again, he's starting to expand onto that third Nexus. We're also going to see Glory Constitution is going to be researched out of Ragnarok. Now, one of those Archons does get killed, which was a nice pickup there by Ragnarok. Glory Constitution is going to be finished in less than 10 seconds, though, for Ragnarok. And so we are going to see the Forge coming in now for Neeb, so he's going to be able to start trying to get those upgrades here shortly. There's +1 upgrades for the ground-based units. Now, okay, we're starting to see a little bit of a change up here by Ragnarok. He's going for the Spire, and I like this a lot. I just like him switching up his build a little bit. He wants to try to throw off his opponent. The problem, though, is kind of, to me at least, would more than likely be the placing on this. I feel like Neeb is going to find out about this relatively quickly, but we do see a couple Archons that are going to be able to start going after some of these units as Roaches. And those Roaches are going to start trying to do some damage, but a lot of damage is being dealt. Those Archons are very bulky and can do a ton of damage in a matter of moments. We are going to see Charge being researched out of the Twilight Counts. We're seeing those +1 upgrades also coming in, but we are going to see 4 more gateways, to be exact, that are going to be started here. Spire's not been finished up yet. I'm just wondering, is Neeb going to find out about this? Because once he finds out about it, he can really determine how he wants to approach this. But once again, he's got a very bulky army that's kind of just waiting here. And I feel that if he finds out about this Spire anytime soon, it could spell absolute disaster for for Ragnarok, because this army is going to be pretty scary. And once again, it seems like Ragnarok's sticking with the same kind of unit composition. He is going ahead and getting those Ravagers, which is somewhat of a change. But Roach Ravager Muta is going to be an interesting composition going up against this ball of units that include like Immortals, Stalkers, Adepts, Sentries, and Zealots. So either way, you know, I certainly don't think Ragnarok's out of this thing just yet. But Neeb is out, out macroing his opponent right now, and I know Ragnarok has is ahead in the supply, but that's simply because his unit composition is very supply heavy. We are going to see those Mutalisks are going to be starting to move out. Does look like Neeb is ready for them. And so with that being said, it does look like now that Neeb knows where this, knows that the Mutalisks are out, he's going to have to be very, very careful about this. He does not want to lose these Mutalisks for free there. These Mutas really almost have no angle whatsoever to get in there, which is quite troubling for Ragnarok. He's going to have to figure out a way to really utilize these Mutalisks and maybe waiting until he has an opening and moving in with the rest of his army. Now, I just love that he's starting to move in, though. He is moving in with those Roach Ravager composition. He's also going to start moving in with some of those Mutalisks. And the army is here at that third Nexus. Here we go. It does look like Neeb is a little bit caught off guard here, but beautiful force fields there are going to split up this army somewhat. It does look like those Mutas are going to try to hit in a couple of areas, or I should say this army's going to try to hit in a couple of areas, as here come the Biles on this army. I think there just might be a little bit too much Protoss here at this point, and it does look like those Mutas are going to start moving in. It does look like they are going to go after one of those pylons, trying to take out some of the production here, at least for the time being, but this other pylon is here to really help with that. So doesn't really do a whole lot. He's not Neeb is not even supply blocked at this point, but we are going to see a photon cannon that is there. Looks like the surround on these units would be absolutely terrible. Very supply heavy units here. I don't know if I like this engagement by Ragnarok. Blink is finished, as well as ground weapons level 2 for Neeb. It does look like Ragnarok's trying to kind of dictate the pace of this, but he's kind of throwing these Mutalisks away. I like how he's trying something, but right now there is a death ball of units, Protoss units that are moving out. Now the infestation pit's going to be started. We are also going to see the Lurker Den coming in. We're also going to see Nemete's Carapace coming in for those Overlords versus the Overlord speed, but the problem here is it too late for this switch? Because there's a lot of Protoss units that are knocking on the doorstep of Ragnarok. Missile attack level 1 is going to be finished up in less than 5 seconds, as well as Nemete's Carapace. But the problem is there are so many units. Blink is engaged, and all of these units at that third base location are going to be completely decimated by all of these units of Neeb. Neeb is playing this brilliantly, out of his mind, playing such good StarCraft 2, as with those Protoss units, he wants to use a full-blown, clean 3-0 sweep against Ragnarok, as Ragnarok's supply is absolutely plummeting as we approach that 11-minute mark. And so many units are going down. Ragnarok, his supply is absolutely plummeting, flying those Mutalisks to their deaths. All of these units are starting to go down, and just like that, Neeb pushes in, has a beautiful timing push, and absolutely decimates Ragnarok's army. And Neeb wins this series 3-0, moving on to the quarterfinals at the IEM in Katowice. I hope you guys did enjoy this game and this series between Neeb and Ragnarok. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.